Hello friends, welcome to our Tuesday lunch chat. I'm Sarah Keller. I own Not Another Hat. It is the most fantabulous yarn store located in the Columbia River Gorge, but lucky for everyone else, it's also located online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So welcome. This is my Tuesday lunch chat where I go live to tell you about anything new and interesting or whatever else comes to the top of my mind while I'm speaking. As many of you know who have been around the block with us before on our lunch chats, sometimes I go off on tangents. There's no guarantees. Thank you for tuning in. I have some very fun things to show you here and some of my own personal knitting progress to update you on because I've been doing a lot of knitting. It's a salve, is it not? Knitting is a great distraction. I've been doing a lot of knitting as procrastination. If you saw my most recent Instagram/Facebook post, I have that here to show you. Yes, Julia, I am wearing this to spur you on. This is my poppy dotted tee, and Julia is working on finishing hers right now. This is designed by Marie Greene, Olive Knits, in her Knitting Light book. I've knit several of her Knitting Light sweaters and loved them all. And Marie's going to be here in the store to sign books on the 28th, Friday the 28th. And so Julia is on a race against the clock to finish hers so that she can have it done in time for the book signing and the visit from Marie. So what a perfect segue. I've got the weirdest hair shit going on today. Okay, sorry. Speaking of tangents, segue 2, come to our event, the book signing, see Marie in person, have a little chit chat with the author, get her to sign your new copy of Knit a Little. So what we're celebrating is the re-release, the republishing of Knit a Little. It went out of print because the first printing sold out. And so it's just got a slight format change. There's no real change to the content. If you already have one, come and party with us anyway. We will have a ton of the samples from Knit a Little on display. So Knit a Little is primarily a book for sweaters for children, actually newborns to size 10, so a very broad range. And it does include as well matching beanies for the whole family. So there is something literally for everyone in that book. Jill has knit every sweater in the book. True story. Some of them are here. Some of them were gifts that she gave away, but she's currently working on 2 more new samples for us in the book. So it'd be a really fun time to come down, see the things in person, meet the celebrity. I mean, she's one of our BFFs, but that doesn't mean she's not a celebrity in her own right, because she truly is. This is Knitting Light was her 5th book or her 4th book. And then she's got another book coming out this October. And I think even though she's writing a fiction book, so big time local celeb. Well, local Northwest. She doesn't live in Hood River. I wish she lived in Hood River. I think sometimes she wishes she lived in Hood River too. Anyways, that's Friday, February 28th. Tickets are $5, and that is just because we need to know how many people are coming so we can be prepared. So you'll have to buy a $5 ticket, but when you show up, we're going to give you a $5 coupon towards your next purchase. So essentially tickets are free, but you just need to buy one in advance so that we have an idea of how many people to plan for. You can also, if you don't have Knit a Little, or maybe you weren't a knitter yet when it first was published and all of the hoopla was happening, you can pre-order your copy of the new version on our website. Even if you can't be here in person, we will get it signed for you and ship it to you after the event. So please do check that out. We would love to see anyone who's within driving distance. It's on a Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. So you could make a night of it, stay over in the hood and enjoy everything our little town has to offer. So, all right. Kind of segueing a smidge off of the book, Knit a Little, Jill has 2 new classes out for anyone, again, within driving distance. She has the Soundbite Sweater, which is one of the sweaters from the book. She's going to be teaching that as a class Sundays in March, and you can get all the details about that on our website. She has another fun class out on how to doodle. So you've seen me talking about the doodle decks and the doodle patterns, etc. As we've been receiving those over the last several weeks. Well, now Jill is going to teach a class on how to use those things. I know that they perplex a lot of people. They're like, what do I do with this deck of cards? And how does it turn into something that I'm going to wear or give to someone to wear? Never fear, Jill is here. She's a professional doodler. She has her master's in doodling. I'm making all that up. There is no such certification, but you know, you get the idea. She has made a lot of doodles. And I'm not saying she's made mistakes. I mean actual doodle patterns. She has done test knitting for the designer, all kinds of fun stuff. So she truly is the master doodler. And she's going to be teaching a class all about how to get the most out of these products. So that's going to start on the 30th of March, I believe. And then I think the following, there's one more session in April. So please check out these two classes if you're local or within driving distance. We would love to see you here for those. All right. All right, I have some new yarn. This is new from Juniper Moon for spring and summer, and I couldn't resist it. It was very tantalizing. It is fingering weight cotton. Please don't freak out yet about it being too small. It has tiny, tiny, beautiful little paillettes. Do you see them shimmering? Isn't that super fun? So one ball is $27, but there is 503 yards per ball. So I'm going to show you all the colors, and then I'm going to show you a couple of patterns that they've released for this. Excuse me. And we are going to get one of those as a sample, and I can't wait, but it's not here yet. So this one I first held up is called Romantic Sailing. This one, which is kind of a beautiful periwinkle, I can read, with a matching periwinkle paillette. This is called Irresistible Kiss. And the paillette on the sailing is silver. So it's like a light blue with a silver. And then there is Little Black Dress. And this is black with kind of a brown gold paillette. And this gorgeous camel. This is called Soft Candlelight. And it's like a beige camel with a beige paillette. Oh, very, very elegant. Pearl necklace is like a natural cream white with a gold paillette. Very, very fun. And Sapphire Night. Deep blue with a matching deep blue paillette. Love this one. It is Champagne Toast, soft light pink with gold paillette. And last but not least, we have a white. It's called Pillow Talk, and it has a peach or a soft pink paillette. It's almost like a rose gold, actually, I would say. That paillette is on there is like a rose gold. So if you hold that up to Pearl Necklace, you can see Pearl Necklace is this one on this side. It's more cream, and Pillow Talk is white. So what would you do with this super fine cotton? They have some beautiful patterns. This is the Imogen scarf. So this is kind of like a lacy open stitch scarf, and it just takes 2 balls. It's pretty wide and voluminous, so there's a lot going on there. This is a crocheted shawl called Liana, and it's again nice and kind of open work. Takes 3 balls. And then this is the sample we're getting, which I hope gets here soon. I'm going to try to get closer so you can see. It's kind of an open mesh stitch, like a summer tunic. And this just takes 2 balls for almost every size, except the biggest size is 3. So truly, this yarn goes a long ways, right? Very, very fun. Just like a really great, I want to get my hands on it. I'm such a sucker for the little bit of sparkle. I like it subtle, but I like a little bit. Okay, really quick before I show you my knitting updates. Oh, by the way, that was Marilyn. I don't think I ever said the name of the yarn. Maybe. So yes, Juniper Moon Farm Marilyn, and it's a organic cotton with paillettes. So, and the little thread that's on the paillettes, that's why it is part polyamide. Okay, moving on. We got a couple of restocks I want you to hear about because they were both very popular things that sold very fast the first time. These LED pocket magnifiers. So they're really thin, tiny little guys. They have a magnifier and then an LED light to help light up stuff. And they just slip easily in like wallets, purses, knitting bags, etc. We just got restocked on these because they were very popular the first time that we got those in. And then we also got a restock on the 6-piece packing cube set. This comes in pink, gray, and black. And these sold immediately the last time. So we finally have these back in stock. It's a really great deal. It's got 6 different cubes. And now I know it says right here, packing set. Well, backwards to you, but yes. I personally think it makes a really great stash organizer set. You know, you could put a project away that you know you're planning to make and you want to get the yarn allocated with the pattern, etc. So organized. Okay, on to the knitting. I told you I've done a lot of knitting. First, I'm going to show you my Musselburgh hat. I knit this with stash, like leftovers, actually. I didn't even break into any new skeins. And so one side is entirely pink. This is the fingering version. Does have multiple weights, this pattern. And I'm not going to even try to spell it because Julia will, I'm sure, post a link to it. But so I did one whole side in hot pink. And the other whole side I did with black and gray scraps. I did use up several of those, so I was very proud of myself. As you can see, I just change colors wherever. I don't do it at the beginning of the round. That's why you kind of see those little jogs. I don't care. I'm using scraps. But what I love is that when I wear it, I can turn up the brim like this and have the hot pink peekaboo if I want it to be like a beanie. Or I can have the black peekaboo like this. Love it. I also love it that when I wear it just like a slouchy hat, kind of like this, there's a tiny little bit of the black that shows right around my face. So I'm really happy with this hat. If you are someone who doesn't have any scraps or stash, I'm not sure like how that's possible, but I mean, I guess there's probably people out there in the world like that, but you could easily make one very similar to mine by grabbing some colors of the Tosh Merino Light, and you would be able to whip this up. This is such a good mindless project. So basically what you get, this is what it looks like. So I cast it on here and increased, and then you just go for a long time and then decrease. So this is such a great mindless. The only thing you have to pay attention to is if you want to switch colors at the halfway mark, you have to be watching for that length, that point. And then you had to switch color if you're, when you're ready to do the decrease. So you just have 2 spots where you're going to have to check the length so that you can move on to the next part. Other than that, around and around and around you go. It is absolutely addicting, especially when you're using scraps because you're like, ooh, I want to get to the next one. So I am sure I'll be casting on another one of these. I did do the fingering weight one. I used size 2 needles. Chiagu 2. So not 2.5. Kimberge, where you at? I see you, says you're watching there. Okay, so that was Musselburgh. This was one of the things that I've been working on with my distraction knitting. This is another one. I busted out some anklers. I made these in 4 days, and I was doing a lot of other knitting in this time. So 4-day ankle socks, mucho satisfyingo. Never mind. Muy satisfecho. So this is my ankler sock pattern that I published last year, I think. And Zesty sock from Universal makes this pattern. How adorable is this? Freaking cute. I wear a lot of tennis shoes these days and I want ankle socks, and all of my hand knit socks from days past are like long socks that look silly with tennis shoes. So I have been busting out a whole bunch of anklers to fill that need. And I wanted this one in particular because I like how it's kind of like mostly cream with just little bits of color. But one thing occurred to me that would be really fun if you were making longer traditional socks out of Zesty is on the leg to just purl every time you hit the little bit of color, because it's not very long, right? And then you would get this fun little like pearl kind of top stitching look that you get when you purl on the right side. And that would be a really cute effect and easy to do if you were going to make like regular traditional socks with a leg. So love, love, love. Already have casted on another pair of anklers in another color of Zesty. We do still have Zesty here if you feel like you also need some of these. And there is enough left of my skein that Julia and I are going to swap skein leftovers. She happened to also just finish a pair of anklers, and I was saying, look, I made these, and she's like, oh, I just made some too, and I have enough yarn left to make another pair. And I was like, oh, let's swap. Rather than make 2 pairs of the same yarn that you've just been looking at, we're gonna swap, and then we each get to make a fresh color design. So anyways, I thought we were pretty bright. I mean, I know we're pretty bright. What am I saying? Okay, this is the other big thing I've been working on. I picked this back up in the new year because I really, really want to finish this sweater so I can wear it. This is Berta, B-E-R-T-A. And this is made out of Marla and Sammy. And I have now finished the front and back, joined it at the shoulders, and even last night, knit the neckline. So it's just got a drop shoulder sleeve. That's all I have to do now is my 2 sleeves. I'm so excited. Oh, I cannot wait. This one goes just a little bit slower because yes, this is intarsia. So in between each block I have, I've measured out what the perfect length is to make a block. So it's, especially at the beginning of a block, it's a lot. It's like you have to sit and knit uninterrupted until you've at least knit through half of that yarn, because you just have piles of yarn everywhere, like pools of yarn. And but it's so fun, and it's just I love how the colors come together, and I really, really love this yarn. Marla and Sammy from Manos Uruguay. We have a big restock on its way with a lot of these colors because they have sold out. But this is a fun sweater because it takes 1 skein each of 5 colors and 1 additional skein of a 6th, so 2 skeins of a 6th color. So for me, my 6th color is this kind of like wheat, gold, wheat, something right here. Amber, can't remember. So I needed 2 of this, and then I needed 1 each of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others. So it's kind of a fun way to really play with all the beautiful colors in the Marla and Sammy line. And there are some majorly beautiful colors. Our restock, I think, is going to be here Wednesday or Thursday. So if you are interested in making this and you would like me to put together a combo for you, I would love to. Carol, Carol said she needs lessons on intarsia. I've been toying with the idea of offering maybe a sort of like knit along type thing for this sweater for just those who are interested, because the pattern is straightforward in that it's not hard to make. It is a very basic boxy drop shoulder shape, but it's not written the greatest. It might be a translation thing to English, but there are some gaps where I've made several sweaters of this size, design, whatever shape, and I know what they're trying to do or what they want you to do, and it's just not written very clearly. So I was just thinking maybe that would be nice to help people along if they were making this and they're like, what? Why does it say that now? So that's something I'm toying with. If you think you might be interested, please send us an email to customerservice@notanotherhat.com, and we'll start to keep a list of people who are interested so that if we put something together, we can get a hold of you and let you know. It might be fun. I think that's everything. Yeah. Oh, here, I just brought these over. This is Marla and this is Sammy. These are 2 of the colors I'm using in my sweater. It's such a pretty yarn. I think it's Driftwood and Denali. Diwali. Really in love with that yarn. Okay, friends, that's everything I have for you today. We have more new spring yarns on the way. So next week, I'm sure I'm going to have more new yarns to show you. Be sure you tune in. Oh gosh, Carol, they have so many colors. Sorry. Carol asked, do they have other colors? She says she's a jewel tone girl. They have probably 16 solids, maybe 20 solids and 16 marled. So, you know, lots to choose from. Go take a look. Julia, I think, shared a link. So, okay. I need to finish my Carbeth too, Carol. I actually put that on my to-do list today. I didn't put finish. I put make progress. Which is even if I just knit one round, right? That's progress. Yeah. Okay. I knew it. Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's always fun to talk to you and catch up with everything. So I will see you all back here, same time, same place, next week. Ciao.